Hello everybody, I am here to make a short video, hopefully short, on my Dirk progress. So these are taped up. These are the Arkansas toothpick from Atlanta Cutlery. Whereas this guy right here is the Dirk. This one's, I need to fashion the pommel for this one. And we got this guy here, which has come along all right. Problem with these two, I put quarter 20 threads on them, and unfortunately they would not take the quarter 20 nuts that I bought that were brass from Home Depot. I was not happy. Whereas this one did. It took the thread, it took the brass nut, no problem. These ones didn't. I carved them down to a different thread size. And I brought these tucked in an envelope in Home Depot and couldn't get the brass nuts on those. So I may have to totally redo the threads. I don't want to peen those. I want to thread them because these are supposed to be more historical Dirks. And I have the brass cap for this one somewhere in my car. And yeah, not perfectly round pommel, but I'm also carving this out by hand. This one's a little more round. The issue that I'm having that one's fine. It's fine. See, I tested this one the other day. It seemed totally fine, just like this one was. And today it's not. I didn't take a torch to this thing. This thing should maintain the original temper that it had. And I haven't been going, okay, I'm not doing that to test my blades. But this one here specifically is having issues, and this is the one I want to keep. See, I carved the ballocks and on this thing. I was gonna peen this guy. This one doesn't have a thread on it, okay? Like, I was gonna peen this because this is supposed to be more of a 16th century design, right? Whereas these are more like early 18th century, type of designs. So yeah, I wanted to keep this one. I was actually considering maybe selling this one. This one's got the good blade. This one's got the not so great blade, apparently. And so my recommendation is do not buy the Arkansas toothpick blade from Atlanta Cutlery. Just don't do it. It may be wide enough, like for example, like I was gonna buy another one and put this beautiful, nicely carved handle on one of these blades. I'm not going to do that now, okay? This is too wide for that blade. It looks too weird. It makes it look like a Roman gladius, and I'm not going for that look. I'm going for a Highland Dirk, 1700s pre-Culloden type of look on this guy. It's based off of a specific design, except instead of having the brass heart, I put a triquetra there. Anyways, I wanted to share with you guys my issues with this. So I have a friend named Dan Laird of Medieval Heirlooms. He makes some really great knives. I'm going to see if he is willing to sell me just some blades. I don't know if he's down to do that. He was talking years ago about doing some kit knives and selling kit knives. If he's willing to do that, then I'm sure he'd be willing to make blades. But if he's not doing that currently, then he may not want to sell off his blades alone, although I think it'd be a great idea if he did. He makes great stuff. I know that Ethan Blinkenhorn is a guy who's an up-and-coming Dirk maker. I know that he's down to do some business. I don't know how much he charges. It's probably on the higher end because I know he's making his stuff out of, I believe he's making it out of spring steel, like leaf springs. Dan is a retired machinist, and he makes some really great stuff from high carbon steel. I don't know if it's actually I don't think it's leaf spring. He does that type of stuff sometimes, but usually he's taking bar stock pre-purchased, and then he forges, grinds, and does all the tempering, all the heat treating, himself, or with his fellow retired machinists buddies. So I'm gonna check with him first. I don't know if these are gonna have the same problem because these are thicker. These have got a thicker, spine on them. This has no spine. It's got a diamond cross section. So anyways, yeah, this might be the pommel for this one once I carve it out to the right shape, and of course this will go up higher. Yeah, I'm not too thrilled about the Arkansas toothpick blade. I was really hoping it was going to be a good match here, and instead of finding that after all but completing this blade, that's having issues. So the question is, will it even keep a good edge? I mean, it's got a good point on it. It definitely would kill somebody if you were to use it in a fight. But how, you know, I mean, I like to have stuff that's battle ready, but the same, and also, you know, sharpenable. You know, I miss doing historical reenactment. I love going to the Scottish Games and doing historical reenactment. And yeah, I really want to be proud of this blade because I love the handle. It came from my stepmom's property. It's my first hand-carved Balak dagger grip, and I just want a good blade for it. But as it stands, I might have to hammer this out, pull this blade out, and re-drill the brass, because I really need to have, you know, some kind of a grip. I'm sorry, some kind of a blade that's going to be nice on this grip, and I'm not sure I want to finish this now, and I'm kind of pissed. So, anyways, guys. Just kind of a bit of a forewarning for those of you who want to go with winless India. Now, again, generally speaking, as I understand it, Museum Replicas makes pretty decent blades. They're kind of on the mid-range end of quality, okay, like maybe mid to high mid, you know. But this is not. This blade is on the low end, or on the low mid-range end. I mean, I don't know, like seeing the blade not flex, and this is supposed to be a tempered steel blade. Now, again, this stuff's made in India. I've watched some of the craftsmen on YouTube videos make spring steel blades where they're not fully heat treating them. I know that spring steel is a very tough steel. This is not spring steel. So the different properties of different steel will react differently. I mean, there's steels out there that'll actually like harden by cooling in the air. I mean, I can't remember which alloy does that, but you know, every alloy is different. Okay, like it's like 1050 is kind of a mid-range carbon steel that's used by Cold Steel for their machetes. It's great for machetes. It's still a tough steel. It has a decent edge, but it's not intended to you know, be like what we'd expect most knives and swords to have, right? It's designed to cut at trees and things like that, and anything below that is obviously a lower carbon steel. Anything above that tends to be more in the sharpenable, like this will retain a good edge, you can shave with the type of steel. I don't know what the hell this is. This could be 1050, this could be 1040, I don't know. I hope I'm getting the numbers correct. I believe 1050 is what Cold Steel uses for the machetes. I believe I read that recently. So anyways, guys, for those of you who are interested in making knives, specifically making Scottish Dirks, you might want to try different swords for your blades. This is like 18 bucks for the Scottish Dirk version, and it's really nice. I like the way it looks. The thing is, I'm now questioning the quality of this. I'm going to finish all these. Like, I may end up finishing this as it is. This is about like 14, 15 bucks for the blade. I mean, they're not expensive. If you're going to play around with knife making for the first time, go ahead and get Atlanta Cutlery. But if you're looking, like I'm really not recommending the Arkansas toothpick now, just because of what I'm noticing here. That pisses me off. All that work, all this work, okay? I just filed this stuff. You see the little file marks there? I did that. I took much more care on crafting the parts of this blade than I have on all my old ski and doos and stuff that I've done in the past. So the fact that that's doing what it's doing kind of, you know, but it pisses me off. Anyways, now like I'm looking at this going, yeah, I'm gonna carve this out nice. I'm gonna make those knots pop out a bit more. I'm gonna do some more lines in them, and now I'm looking at the quality of this steel going, is it all that way? Is it all gonna be that way? Again, you don't tend to you know, flex test these ones so much, because they are more of a triangular cross section. But anyways, those of you guys interested in doing this seriously, if you're not interested in making your own blades, or if you don't have the ability, like I don't currently, to make my own blades, you know, or at least to do the tempering process and do all the heat treating properly. If you don't have that in your ability to do at this time, source a different type of blade than Windlass Steel Crafts. If you're just gonna make a one-off Dirk, again, go ahead and get the Dirk blade. But don't try to make a Dirk out of an Arkansas toothpick. It's just, you might be disappointed as I've just become disappointed today. Anyways, have a great day, guys.